This is the news that I really didn't want to ever have to share with you, but here it is. After having my life completely transformed with manifestation, starting this channel, creating hundreds of videos all about manifestation, I have stopped believing in manifestation. And I have been on a crazy spiritual journey, and I really wanted to share that with you today. Things are about to get really deep. Are you ready to have your mind completely blown? Welcome back to Manifest the Best. I'm Kath Kyle, and a few years ago I started this YouTube channel all about manifestation because it had completely transformed so many areas in my life. I had manifested so many things, and I'm so grateful for everything that came into my life. And my channel was just starting to really take off. But at the same time, I was going on a spiritual journey, and I got to the point where I just wasn't believing the videos that I used to post. I had done a complete U-turn, and I didn't feel like I would be authentic if I carried on creating these same type of videos without explaining what my spiritual journey was and what I now believe. And you might be wondering, why am I back on this manifestation channel if I don't believe in manifestation anymore? Well, everything is about to become clear. My journey has been absolutely wild, and I'm so interested to hear your thoughts on what I now believe. So let's start by asking ourselves, what does manifestation actually mean? Manifestation, or to manifest something, just means to believe something in your mind and then for it actually to appear in physical reality. And I have done this so many times in my life. I've decided what I wanted, I believed I could have it, I imagined I had it, I got clear on the details, and I took any action that I was compelled to take. And as a result, I manifested so many things. I manifested my dream life, finances, business results, relationships, and recently, weight loss and keeping at my ideal weight. And I'm so grateful for all of these amazing things that have manifested into my life. So why on earth would I give up on manifestation? And here's the reason. All actions come from your thoughts. You can't take a single action in your reality without first thinking that you're going to take it. So it's the same with manifestation. You can't manifest something unless you've had that thought. So it's the same with manifestation. You can't manifest something that you want unless you've had a thought that you want it. Yes, it's true that good things can just appear in your reality without you having to manifest them first. We all have luck, and we all have lucky things that just pop into our lives, but that's not what manifestation is. Manifestation is the thought first, and then it appears. And lots of people will say that if you have negative thoughts, then you manifest negative things. You have positive thoughts, you manifest positive things. And I don't believe in this at all. And the reason I don't believe in it is because I spent many hours sitting silently observing my own thoughts. Sometimes my brain would just get stuck in a loop where it would replay a scenario over and over again, sometimes a negative scenario, sometimes a conversation that I've had. And I would tell my brain to just shut up and be silent and stop thinking that annoying train of thought. But it just kept going on and on and on. I just felt like I was unable to control my thoughts. Yes, I would have manifestation practices where I would do something at the same time every single day, and I would sit down and I would think about what I wanted, and I would write down the details, and I would create a reverse memory, and then the things would manifest. But sometimes during these practices, my brain would be elsewhere, and it just wouldn't be on manifesting. Or a lot of the time, negative things would be happening in my life, but it would never occur to me to even change them, to even manifest something different. And my brain just didn't go there. And if my brain doesn't go there, then I can't go there with manifestation. And because I spent so long observing my thoughts, I realized that I didn't actually decide any of my thoughts. I thought I did. I thought I would wake up and say, oh, today I want to manifest something. But then other days, I would wake up and think about something completely negative. And I didn't seem to have any control over these random thoughts that just popped into my mind, or what would be the first thought that I would start thinking of in a day. And another thing I didn't have any control over was my desires. I didn't decide to desire the things that I desired. They just appeared there in my mind. I didn't sit down and think, I'm going to be the type of person who likes this kind of thing. My personality is just there. It just is. I didn't decide on it. It just happened to be in my brain, in my consciousness. So who put this there? Who put my personality there? Who put my thoughts there? Who put my desires there? Was it me as a human? My human brain didn't put those thoughts there because I've tried to control my human brain. Yes, it is possible to improve yourself as a human, but where does that desire to improve yourself come from? Because some people just don't have that desire at all. They never have a desire to improve themselves. But if you ask them, do you want to have a desire to improve yourself? They'd probably say, yes, I'd love to be motivated. I'd love to have this desire, but they just don't have it. So why am I blessed to have a desire to motivate myself to change? Because I didn't put that desire in my brain. It just appeared there. So I knew that I didn't actually control any of my thoughts. They just randomly appeared there. So I came to the conclusion that I don't actually have free will of my thoughts or my actions. And I've shared this viewpoint with so many people, and most people hate the thought of not having free will. So I completely understand if you don't agree with me, but this was a very, very deep spiritual journey that I went on, and I didn't come to this immediately. It took me years and years and years of thinking about spiritual things and observing myself as a human to come to this realization. And it is only a belief, it's only an opinion. So feel free to disagree with me. I really don't mind at all. In fact, it's natural that you will disagree with me. So here's where my thoughts went next. If I don't actually have any free will of my thoughts, then I don't actually control anything in my life. My life just happens to me. And that means I can't control my manifestations. Therefore, I came to the conclusion that I no longer believe in manifestation, which was a very sad realization to come to, because I am a bit of a control freak. Like, my personality that I've been given is a bit of a control freak personality, and I love to be in control. So to be able to let go of this control, it was so freeing to me, but it was also a massive struggle because I didn't want to let go. Have you ever asked yourself, where do your thoughts actually come from? If you're honest with yourself, you didn't really decide many of your thoughts, even though you thought you did. They were just simply there. Your preferences, your desires, your thoughts, they just appeared there in your brain. So where do they actually come from? I believe that my thoughts come from the spiritual oneness that connects everything. And there are many different names for this spiritual oneness. So I'm not even going to put a label on it. So what about myself as a human? Who is the human me? I believe I am part of this spiritual oneness having a human experience. And the joy of having a human experience is that by its very nature, it is limited. And you probably won't like this because a lot of people have a go at me for having limited thinking. But I believe as a human, I am supposed to be limited. My human self lives a limited lifetime because it doesn't last forever. I know that it dies. So my life's limited. The time I'm alive is limited. The time each day is limited. My body is limited. It won't carry on forever. The space that I occupy as a human is limited to one place at a time, unless, of course, you drift off in your imagination somewhere else, which I do all the time. But physically, I'm only in one place at a time. And we surround ourselves by other limited people who have limited viewpoints because their thoughts are limited. Nobody knows everything there is to know. So that means our thoughts are naturally limited. They have to be. If we weren't limited, we would be part of the spiritual oneness that can create everything, anything, be anywhere, do anything. But that spiritual oneness wanted to have a human experience. So I have to be limited. Otherwise, I can't be having that human experience. So it's a joy to feel that limitation, because without limitation, I am not human anymore. So I'm going to enjoy this limited experience. As part of our human experience, we are not supposed to have everything or anything. Our desires are limited to just a few. I don't want to be every single other person on this planet. I don't want to experience every career or business type there is to experience. I don't want to help every single type of person on this planet. The thought of that is overwhelming to my human brain. So I have to be limited. We all have just a few desires. But I do believe that our desires are promises, and our desires are there for a reason, so that we can get excited about something and look forward to something and imagine something and work towards something and put effort into something. And then finally have the joy of the achievement of finally manifesting something, bringing something into the physical reality that we once dreamed about, and now it's here. That is the joy of having desire. And because I don't believe that we control anything, free will is an illusion. But I'm not trying to convince everyone that free will is an illusion, because I think it's necessary for most people to believe in free will. Because if you didn't believe in free will, it might blow your mind so much that you might not enjoy being a human anymore. Part of the experience of being a human is to feel this separation and this control over yourself, because you feel like you're separated from everybody else, and therefore you have this vessel, this body, this mind that you can control, and you can do things, and you can make your small influence on the world, and that is what it's like to be a human. So I'm not trying to take that away from anybody, but the people who are watching this and the people who really understand it are ready to embrace this realization that we don't actually have free will as a human. So we have to buy in to the experience of being a human. And that means everything is actually an illusion. It means everything that I try and help people with is also an illusion. One of my main passions in life is to help people with weight loss. And I have my other weight loss YouTube channel. And I really struggled with this for such a long time because I felt really stuck. And I felt like if I really don't believe in free will, the people who are destined to be overweight will continue to be overweight, and the people who are destined to lose the weight will lose the weight. And it doesn't really matter what I do or say, that is going to happen anyway. But then I came to the realization that this is the fun of being a human. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know the people that we help, which ones are going to be helped and which ones aren't going to be helped. And we love the satisfaction of helping people and seeing them progress and grow and transform before our eyes because of the help and effort that we've put into helping them. And part of their experience of being human is to be helped, is to find somebody, a guide to help them, and for them to put in the effort and believe they can do it and see their own transformation and feel proud of themselves and then feel thankful for the people who helped them along the way. So that is their journey, that's their experience, and who am I to take that away from them? A lot of people will say, well, if everything's going to happen anyway, then why should I even bother taking any action? And we take action because we're actually compelled to take action. We can't help it. It's the automatic unfolding of life. We can't help thinking the thoughts. We can't help taking the action. We can't help feeling the emotion. We can't help feeling the sadness, the happiness, the balance, the ups and downs, the roller coaster of life is all going to happen, but we don't know what's going to happen. And that's what makes it exciting. So even though I don't believe in free will, that thought of not believing in free will, it's in the back of my mind, but it's not present constantly throughout my day, because my human self just kicks right back in again and is compelled to get excited and help people and show up and talk about weight loss and do all the things that I'm passionate about doing. So then I got to thinking back about manifestation, and I thought, well, I'm continuing to help people with weight loss. So even though I feel like what is done, and that's already proven by science, is that your whole life is already done. Time doesn't really exist. Time is just an illusion. And science has proven this now, that your life is already done. So I got thinking back about manifestation, about this channel, and about my old passion for manifestation. And I knew there were people there who still wanted to be helped. And I thought long and hard, am I the right person to help them? Can I still help people even though I have this belief in the back of my mind that's not always present, but it's there about we don't have free will? So is there any point in telling people about manifestation anymore? Especially when I don't believe in manifestation anymore. That wouldn't be right. That wouldn't be authentic if I carried on doing something that I didn't fully believe in. So I asked myself, is there a way that I can continue to talk about manifestation in my own way that aligns with my own beliefs, that I can be completely honest and true about? And then I realized that there was. So I have coined a term, which I am going to call reverse manifestation. And reverse manifestation is this. I believe in manifestation backwards. So what I believe actually is happening is that my spiritual self decided what my human self wanted to experience. And in the spiritual realm, time doesn't exist. So my desires have already manifested. My life has already been lived. It's already done. And I agree with people when they say your manifestation is done, because I believe it as well. It has already happened. And I believe that it can't be changed. But because my human self has had my memory erased from birth, I can't remember that my life is already done. And that's the way it's supposed to be. But my desires are there for a reason, because I'm supposed to, and I'm going to get my desires fulfilled. I'm going to get my manifestation. It's going to manifest into my physical reality. My desires will manifest. So yes, I still believe in manifestation, but I'm calling it reverse manifestation. And I do not believe in the statement that you can manifest anything and everything. I only believe that you can manifest your own burning desires. So in a fashion, I believe in manifestation, but not in the way that everybody else teaches it. I don't believe that you decide what you want, you think a thought, and it manifests, and that you as a human are in control of your life. I believe it happens the other way around. Your spiritual self already decided, so you can still say that you decided because you are your spiritual self as well. It's just that it's not as obvious in this human body, and it's not supposed to be. So yes, your spiritual self did decide. It's already done. It's already been created. We're left with a burning desire for that thing that's already going to happen. And because we have a desire for it, we think about it. We imagine that we already have it. It's like a memory. I call them reverse memories. We think we're creating a new memory, but actually it's a lingering memory for what we know has already happened. It's already done. So what do you think of reverse manifestation? I am open for disagreement. I really don't mind at all. It will not bother me in the slightest if you disagree with me, because I believe everything is as it should be. We are supposed to disagree with each other. We're supposed to have our own unique personalities and thoughts. Not everybody is going to believe in free will, and I don't want them to, because life would be so boring if everybody thought like me. I love to hear other people's journeys and perspectives and see their personalities and hear their thoughts. I love it that it's different from mine. It doesn't bother me at all. So you're not offending me whatsoever. If you want to tear this video to pieces, I don't mind. It's all part of your journey. I've been there myself. I want to disagree with people all the time. It's natural. It's human nature. We want to control everything. We want to control other people. We want everybody to think the same as us. That's what it's supposed to be like. But the deeper you get into your spiritual journey, the more you can let go of that. And the more you can just realize that everything is exactly as it should be. Now go and experience your best life possible. Ups, downs, and all. It's time for you to reverse manifest your best.